Please take a moment before we start the podcast to look through all the photos, videos, screen recordings, screenshots, voice notes that we are about to show you. We originally thought they would be the best option to show them at the end of the podcast. But after having a chat between Becky and myself, we think it'll be better for you to see them beforehand. So hopefully some of the stuff we speak about and discuss shortly on our podcast will make more sense to you. Please take a moment to pause. It's really important to read through these, listen to them all, as then when it gets to certain points in our podcast, things should make a lot more sense to you.
There's one straight from a laproxapy. There's one, there's another one, and there's my fucking other one, you daft bitch. The reason why I wanted to talk is because I didn't want this to go on for another day, and I think we need to have this conversation because messages can be heavily misinterpreted, and you can't actually, do you know what I mean, see how people are feeling. The way was feeling last night, I'm not necessarily feeling now, is I was sent the messages that you and Shannon had said, and it broke my heart a little bit, so to say. Because you was agreeing with her, with the stuff she was saying.
Damn, that's bad, man. I used to know someone like that, and then it just bit them on the arse. It's so fucking petty. I'm trying to think of the right words. Fucking hell. When it first kicked off, she tends to pick random moments just to put screenshots. Oh, excuse me. In a private group chat. I'm no longer in the private group chat. I left because it was my safe space where I could talk to my friends and other stuff. And then Tokyo would all of a sudden just fucking put screenshots of you and Becky in there. And I'm like, can we not? And then it started getting worse. And last night, I was just laying in my bed after speaking to you, and I went, fuck it. I left the group chat. It's so stupid. And I don't get why there's certain people out there that just fucking crave attention this way. There's other ways of going about it. Sorry for the long-winded message, by the way. I have already said to Tokyo, if you keep carrying this on, I have a pot of some magical Skittles downstairs that I'll scoff my face with. I said Skittles because I didn't want to say the other things. I know your kids are down there with you. And I said to her, I'm not afraid to eat the whole pot of Skittles. Because I will do it. Because she keeps carrying it on, and I've had enough. And she doesn't understand that I'm in my room alone, when this was happening. My mum was asleep, my sister was asleep because she had work the next day, and she's still carrying it on. So if I get to a boiling point, which is far worse than what I did to the pair of you yesterday, I know it calmed down quite a bit, but there's a bit after that I'll just go, do you know what? F it. Flying pancakes.
Yeah, so literally I was friends with him for about 3-4 months, and they literally it was really fucking weird. They was doing a YouTube video about people like what they used to look like before and people like now. So I sent him a couple of pictures when I was like 14, 15, when I was blonde. To be honest, I was pretty skinny because I was on fucking crack cocaine and shit like that. Like, I was skinny as fuck. I'm not on that shit now. Like, I've been fucking clean whatever for a long time. But yeah, they were pretty much just going, oh, good job you don't look like that now, because I'd fuck you, you're a proper fitty, saying shit about my arse and tits. And mate, you're like, bear in mind they are 30, one of them's 37, one of them's 35. I was like, what the fuck? And they were like, oh, we can say this because we're female. No, they're not. They've still got a penis. They don't even look female slightly at all. They've not even changed the name. They've not done fuck all. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? That's a bit fucking weird. And then there was a point where I had to jump off a roof, and I was like, oh, just grab me by the waist. And they purposely put the face behind my arse, so I landed on the face. They did this twice. And like, first time I was like, ha, do you know what I mean? Ha, I'm just gonna laugh it off. Ha, this is really weird. I don't want to make a scene out of it. And then the second time it was just us three, and I was like, yo, this is a bit fucking cap. And then I found out doing a group chat with Jem Urbex and that lot, chatting shit about me, and I went, yo man, I'm friends with you guys, so I don't get what your fucking crack is. So I was just like, look, I've got no heart, I've got no like beef for you, I'm civil, just you do you, just keep my name out of it. And then yeah, that were it.
I'll bump into every single one of you all. Paulie P, Airborne, you, Stu, and guess what? None of you will say fuck all to my face because you're all faggots. Put social media in your hands, you think you're fucking mint. Wait till we're at it World Cup.
Hello everyone, we hope you've had a really good week. Welcome back to Unfiltered Voices. So you've got me and Becky today.
Hello.
Today's podcast is going to be all about Tokyo Matilda, and in some parts her boyfriend Dom, but mainly about her. We are doing this. I think Becky's going to have her say on this in a minute. A lot of you that are here today from Tokyo's page and see this as me and Becky bullying her or continuing to bully her as what she's made out. We are doing this because we have not had our chance to defend anything she has said. We are blocked on all of her platforms, all of her boyfriend's platforms. Everything that's been said about us has been we've been completely silenced on all of these posts, and I feel it is only fair to get our side of the story across, and this is the best way that we feel we can do it.
It is the best way to do it because whenever anyone tries to write anything on any of her posts regarding us, to like stick up for us, they're getting blocked and the post, like the comments, deleted. So this is the only way that we're going to be able to get our point across.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, shortly after she put the post up on Wednesday, it was sent to us both. I did go over and comment on my own profile. It was quite a lengthy comment, and within minutes, it was gone. Now, if she's accusing me of bullying her, surely that would be more evidence to her quotation marks fan base. and followers and friends that, look, here she is, she's bullying me. But no, I said some stuff in that comment that she didn't like. She deleted it, like I said, within minutes, and then proceeded to screenshot the comment and crop majority of it out and just keep a part in where I said that I basically couldn't wait to see her, and give her a smack because I'm angry. And, you know, people may see that as the wrong way to say and do things, but I did say that, and I'm never going to sit here and say I didn't say that. Because this, you know, everything we're going to say today, we are showing you evidence of. And I think that's where you need to look at the difference in what she's doing and what we're doing. This is not going to carry on for any longer. The next time this is brought up will be when one of us bump into her face to face, and that will happen. We are in the same hobby. There's been places very recently that she's attended, and I've been at the day before, the day after, and people have said to me, you never guess who was there the day after. So we have been very close to bumping into each other already. So after this podcast, I am not going to make my page about her anymore. I must say it's boosted my following, and it's boosted. I had a notification this morning and I've posted that to say that I've had 181% more views. So I'm grateful for that, actually. You know, let's take a positive from this. She has brought a lot of attention to my page. So thank you for that, Tokyo and Dom. But yeah, we are here today to have our side of the story because she has made up a complete fantasy story, life and world and person. She's tried to make out the person she is absolutely so far from the truth, and that's what we want to speak on because that is only fair, and I don't feel like anyone can argue that.
No one can argue it. There's a lot of people, since all this kicked off, there's a lot of people that have messaged both of us and come forward with some information, and they've sent proof, which we obviously have, which we are going to be showing as we're going through what we're talking about. But I do just want to say that this was never bullying. It was never bullying. We had an argument months ago, and that is it. It was an argument. But what Tokyo's done is she's deleted her messages and her side of everything, but just taken what me and Shannon said. So I understand to anybody that don't know what's happened that we would look like we are bullies, but that isn't the case. We were simply defending ourselves in an argument, and we are entitled to do that. I'm not being funny. If any of you were in an argument, are you telling me that you would sit there completely silent and not say a thing? You wouldn't. So that is what we've done. We've had our say in the argument, but instead of Tokyo just leaving it, she's dragged it up because clearly she wanted the attention on a random Wednesday afternoon. So that's how she's gone about it. The thing is,
Yeah, carry on.
I feel like she's opened up a can of worms for herself because from that post, we've realised that there's a lot of people that don't like Tokyo and a lot of people that have had problems with Tokyo, and they've come to us with everything that's gone on with them. So she's not as innocent as what she makes out.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the first screenshots I want to show. So we're hoping, I think, Beck, aren't we, to be able to post them as we speak about them.
Yeah.
So one of the first screenshots I want to bring up is just the conversation between me and her. Excuse me, where it says Tokyo's deleted all of her messages. Now, if she was innocent in this, please somebody come forward with a reason as to why she has deleted every single one of her messages. So hopefully that insert's here. So that's the first thing she's kind of slipped up on. What reason did you feel the need to delete all your messages? I've got the whole conversation. I screenshotted it at the time. I was asked, you can see in the where she's deleted her messages, I was asking questions about her illness and things didn't add up, and I was only asking questions. At this point, I had not called her any names or even used foul language. She then sent me a video, which I have posted on my social medias, calling me a dumb bitch. And then underneath, she called me a dumb cunt or something like that. Which, can I also just say, we have a screenshot of her posting that she would never use the word cunt. That's a vile, disgusting word, and it's not something that would ever come out of her mouth. Well, Tokyo, here's the message where you say that you would never use it, and here's the message where you call me a dumb cunt. And it was from there that it got nasty. And I asked her, who the hell do you think you're speaking to? And I said nasty things back. So that's the first point where we can catch her out on not being completely innocent in this.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm stuffing my face with food. I've lost my train of thought.
So I think we've said why we're doing this podcast. Okay, we're not doing this podcast to gain attention or to be bullies. Not that we ever have been anyway in this, but we're doing this to get our side across because we have received so much backlash, which is exactly what she wanted. She has egged people on to go over to us and to report our pages, when actually we have done absolutely nothing wrong to this girl. She started an argument. We had an argument in January. Something that's really relevant is the last time we spoke to her or about her was in January. We are now in March. Nothing happened on Wednesday when she decided to post this. Nothing had happened since January.
It's all
This
been.
was
Sorry.
completely out of the blue. There was no significance or relevance to Wednesday. It wasn't as if she'd had another message or she'd had something else. Other people have posted about Tokyo. I mentioned her name. I'm not going to bring them people into it, but other well-known explorers have posted her name. But me and Becky have not spoken to her or about her since January. So what happened on Wednesday is I think she just craved attention because there is, like I said, nothing happened, and that's the most strangest thing of the lot of this, to be honest with you, because when someone comes to me and said, have you seen what Tokyo said, I called them out. Beck, you can back me up on this. I thought they were having a joke with me. I said, what are you on about? She hasn't posted nothing, and nothing's happened. I honestly thought they were joking because I thought, why on earth would she post now? But yeah, it's an attention craving, and that's exactly what it is.
It is that. I also just want to say as well, since Tokyo put her post up, I have had the most disgusting messages from people that follow her. Now, she sits on her post and claims that she's being bullied, yet she set up a hate campaign on her post knowing exactly what she was doing. And you people have fallen straight into what she wanted. And that was for you to come and fight her battle for her because she can't do it herself. So she started up this post and wanted everyone else to come over and say stuff. I've had messages telling me to kill myself, wishing that I got seriously ill, telling me that I'm ugly, I'm disgusting, I'm vile. Like, there's so many things, commenting on like posts of mine, mass reporting my my account. For what? Because
Yeah.
because these people are no better than what she is.
Mm-hmm.
And she's claimed that we are bullies, but who's the real bully here? Let's be honest.
Yeah, and if all these people are so that that much upset that she's being bullied, but they want to come over and then do that to the people that are supposedly bullying, then I'm sorry, but I'm sure it's all something we've had before. Practice what you preach. If you're so upset about the girl that's been bullied and is the victim in all of this, you are doing exactly that. You are going over to people, me and Becky, and unfortunately, actually, I'm just going to say because I know she won't mind it. Gemma, our ex-queen, she had some evidence on Tokyo which she posted. We didn't ask her to. She did that off her own back. And somebody from Tokyo's page come over and said, "You're getting on now. Hopefully, it's not long until you get cancer."
Which is disgusting in itself, because why would you wish that on anyone? And I understand why people are doing it, I do. But the whole cancer stuff is all going to be unravelled in this pod.
Yeah. And I think that's what we're going to speak about next. We've explained why we're doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And I think the next thing we're going to go on to, because we want to try and do it, there's so much in this. We don't want to miss anything out. So we're going to do it in sections. And I think the next thing that we are going to speak about is Tokyo being a cancer patient / survivor.
Yeah, that is what we're talking about next. So in, oh God, I don't even want to say years at this point because I can't remember. Like, I can't remember. And I do have the messages between me and Tokyo. I've just not gone through them yet. But people will back me up on this. So I was at one point friends with Tokyo. And she come to me telling me that she had cancer. So I wished her well, as you would as a friend. And, you know, as we started speaking more about the cancer stuff, things just weren't adding up. So there is another friend of ours, a mutual friend, who she told first. And obviously, me and this other person, we're going to talk because I think we both felt kind of sorry for Tokyo. So we were just talking between ourselves, me and this other friend. But things weren't adding up. He was being told something completely different to what I was being told. And it kind of just it was, the dates were weird, like they didn't add up. Like there were certain things that she said that just didn't add up. And I'm not being funny. She said that she was cancer free within about 6 or 7 weeks, I'm sure she said. And to me, that sounded very quick for someone who had cancer from start to finish to be told that she's got cancer, go through radiotherapy to then being given the all clear and ringing the bell. So this is one thing that she slipped up on. I was told that she rung the bell, but then somebody else was told that she didn't ring the bell because she didn't think it was fair on other cancer patients that were kind of still fighting cancer. But there is more to this. Somebody messaged me last night, and I think Shannon's going to read out the messages. But yeah, somebody messaged me last night, and I feel like the message speaks for itself, doesn't it, Shannon?
Yeah, so this is somebody that's known Tokyo as well. I just want to say as well regarding the cancer stuff, you know, she has had every opportunity, and I know there's going to be people that sit there and say she shouldn't have to, but at this point, Tokyo posts pictures regarding her illness. She posts long, lengthy essays on her. She's been very open about her illness. She's been, you know, it's not as if she's kept her illness private through this at all. You know, she's had and we'll go on to this as well, sepsis, cysts, surgeries, life-changing surgeries. She wasn't sure whether she was going to make it to the end of the year, and she pretty much said thank you to everyone I've met along this journey, but I don't know if I'm going to live through this. Brain abscess, brain tumor, you know, there's been so much. She's been very open about her quotation mark illnesses. She has had every opportunity to post something to prove she was diagnosed with cancer. Now, something else was brought up the other day, and we'll speak about that again later on in the podcast. It was something about an ongoing court case, and within minutes of us bringing that up, she posted a letter that she had proving that there was a court case. That wasn't what we were saying anyway. We know there's a court case, but she did that within minutes. So why, months down the line, has she not felt the need to prove us bullies wrong by posting an oncology appointment? Because I'm sure that there are people listening to this, unfortunately, who have known somebody or maybe even had cancer yourself. Okay, you will have appointments through, you will have an oncologist, you will, you know, have so many checkups with the cancer clinic, but you know, during and after. I just want to point out that she has never ever showed any proof she was a cancer patient. And if it was me at this point, I would just be posting something, nothing with personal details, just something to say, there you go, fuck you too. I did have cancer, and how dare you say that I was lying about it? Because none of that's never happened.
It hasn't happened. And I also just want to add as well that her partner, who she's been with for a while and throughout all these illnesses, never went to any appointments with her regarding her cancer. Her family, who were beside themselves with worry, not knowing whether she was going to make it through this cancer that she had, never went to any appointments. Nobody has been to any cancer appointments with her. I find it a little bit odd. Now, if she posts something and it shows that she did have cancer, I will hold my hands up and I will apologise. But I'm sure you can appreciate, with everything that I've seen, and I am a 38-year-old lady, okay? I am not going to sit here and lie about a fucking thing, because I don't need to. I don't need to lie about anything. I'm too old for that. So everything that I speak about is the truth, and I believe that this cancer stuff has come from somewhere else. Again, Shannon will read out the message that I received last night. And it's just a cry for attention. And if she can prove me wrong, and if she can show us something to show that she had cancer, me and Shannon will both apologise to her and leave it at that. But I feel like we have gone through a lot of things and spoke to a lot of people. One of them, I don't even want to say it. We've spoken to a lot of people. Things don't add up, okay? And this is why we strongly believe that the cancer stuff is not true.
Yeah, she posted the other morning, I'm sure you've seen, saying that she had had enough now, and how dare we accuse her of not being ill, and she felt that she'd been pushed to the point where she had to show proof, and she was going to show proof now. In a matter of hours, she changed her mind, and she said actually she didn't want to show proof now, and she wasn't going to bring the negativity to her page, because it was hateful. Guys, we are just bringing this to your attention. Please put two and two together. She was going to show proof. She was all up for it. Now she doesn't want to. And this is not the first time this has happened. I just want to say as well, which I meant to say at the start of the podcast, and then I'm going to read the message out that we received last night. We did invite Tokyo. We know Tokyo saw the invite. We've had people send it to her and seen that she's seen it. Invited her on here with Dom, so she wouldn't feel it was 2 against 1, to have her say to everything we're putting forward, and she didn't reply. So this message was sent to Becky last night from somebody who has explored with her, has been friends with her, is no longer friends with her, and we can't post this because it has their profile picture in it, and they want to stay anonymous, which is fine. Majority of the stuff we're showing, we can show outright, and we are going to today. But this, and I'm sure you understand why, does need to stay anonymous. So that's what I'm going to read it to you. So I'm going to go and pull that up now. So. Just try and find it. Can you still hear me, yeah?
Yeah, can still hear you. I just want to make a point. Sorry, I just want to make a point. There are a few things that we are going to show in this, but people have asked if they can stay anonymous, which is fine. That, if that's what they want, then we have to respect that. But they do want to stay anonymous. It doesn't mean to say that what they're saying isn't true, but they just don't want to get dragged into the drama that Tokyo causes.
But they are happy for us to show what they've said and what they can show us, but they just don't want their names in it, which is absolutely fine. So this is the message that Becky received last night. Hi, you don't know me and I don't know you, but I really feel for you right now, and I hope you can feel better about yourself soon. Please stop letting people get you down. I don't urbex anymore because it's so toxic and everyone is ready to bring others down. I've been urbexing with Tokyo and Dom before. I always had a feeling about Tokyo, where you can't quite put a finger on it but you don't like them. I told her I had to have a cyst removed with my ovary and fallopian tube and that it was pretty cancerous. She told me she had suffered with endo, so we're on about, I can't even pronounce the word, endometriosis. She told me she had suffered with endo for years. I also told her I'd had breast cancer during COVID. It was small talk and we didn't really get into loads of detail. She told me she and her family had been in witness protection for a while and she had to change her name to Tokyo, although she never said what it was before, and I wasn't that interested, just find it strange. Anyway, I found her very loud and she talked too much, and after a couple of meetups I decided I didn't want to go out with her anymore. Not long after that, she blocked me on her personal account and I've not spoken to her since. It's strange that by that winter, she had ovarian cancer and had to have operations. I was dumbfounded, and things she said really didn't ring true. I've had cancer treatment myself, and there's no way in the space of time she claimed to be ill, she would have been treated for that, and now she's in remission. The doctors don't even use that word anymore and haven't for years. They use NED, which stands for no evidence of disease. They aren't actually allowed to tell anyone that they're in remission anymore. Plus, I saw the tiny little hole in her belly from her operation, and to me, it looks like she had keyhole surgery. I had keyhole surgery with my right ovary and fallopian tube out, and I have those two little holes still, and also a huge scar on my belly button. She just can't make it make sense, even to me, who's been through similar to what she's claiming she has been. I know this message is long-winded, and I've always just ignored her and let her chat whatever she wanted to come out with. But to see how she's tried to turn on to you has really irritated me for some reason. I'd like to stay anonymous because my mental health can't take the backlash from it, but I wanted you to know that just because some scumbag is jealous of you, and that really is all it is, you need to keep your head held high, chin up and chest out.
So, doesn't that sound familiar to what Tokyo has been posting that she's suffered herself? I'm not being funny. Everything that Tokyo has said is very similar to what this lady has actually gone through.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's where all of this has come from. She has gone off somebody else's story and made it her own to make out that she's been so poorly. And I don't think that's the case. I do feel like maybe there is some kind of endo there with Tokyo. I do.
Yeah, I feel the same, and I was just about to say that. I do believe she has or is being tested for endo. She does have scars, which she showed me while calling me a dumb cunt over Messenger. So she undoubtedly has had small keyhole surgery. But yeah, that's not what we're arguing here. I do or actually believe she's lied about some of her endo stuff, which we can prove today as well through nobody coming to us. She's messed up herself. But I mean, yeah, you've only got to go and research the type of cancer she's claimed to have, and the fact that she was diagnosed, operated, treated, all within the space of, it was under 6 months. That's all I know.
Oh, was it 6 months? I thought it was 6 weeks.
No, it was 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Is absolutely impossible. And anyone that wants to argue that, please go and educate yourself in the nicest way possible, because, and I generally mean that, go and do some research, because it's impossible.
It is. I have had family that have had cancer, sadly lost their battle to cancer, and for somebody to just be out there willy-nilly stating that they've had cancer, and if it's not true, it's disgusting.
Yeah, and I mean, it's almost as if we know she hasn't had cancer. It's almost as if she believes it herself, and this is some kind of medical condition. Medical condition as in a mental health condition, where she cannot help but say these things. You know, Dom's never been to one appointment with her for her cancer. Neither is her family. We've got that in messages to someone who was very close with her at the time. She told us on the phone that this said person had gone round to her house, and because they were really good friends at the time, had said, "I don't believe you, Tokyo." And she said, "And I've got all my paperwork out and proved it." No, you didn't. You didn't do that. That person's confirmed it. You didn't show him any paperwork.
Yeah. So she's kind of not backing up what she's saying, but she's lying at any opportunity that she can. Now,
Also, just on the cancer thing, I would like to post these photos, and if Becky's happy to, then great. These photos of her hanging out of windows exploring with all of her weight on her stomach days after surgery, or days after, you know, she'd posted saying that she was unable to make a cup of tea. Now, I know she's already answered that and said that she was very dosed up on meds and she shouldn't have done it and listened to her doctor. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. If you'd had the massive surgery and been so unwell, like you made out to be, you would not be in these kinds of positions trying to climb into abandoned buildings, and you certainly wouldn't have had a very tight harness around your stomach days after surgery and jumping off a climbing wall in January.
Yeah, but if you remember, this was in the argument that we had over the phone that she said this to us. And can I just state the reason why this argument started? Because we totally forgot that part. This argument started because I got sent a message from a group chat that Tokyo was in, slagging me off. Now, I'm not someone that would just sit here and not say nothing. I'm not like that. So I confronted her and I said, why have you been slagging me off? Like, what's the need? And it was complete competition on her part, and that proves it in the screenshot. I can't share the screenshot because the person don't want me to. However, I probably can read it out because I was allowed to read it out. So bear with me. Let me just find it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go through a load of stuff now just to just to find it. Bear with. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find where I posted it. Oh no. There's so much. This is the problem that we've got. There is so much. Let me... okay, got it. Okay, so this is the original message that I confronted her on. And it was beat everyone to it. And it's a picture of the Bear Grylls adventure that she posted not long ago. Ask yourselves a question why that post is no longer up. And then someone put, I'm sure I've seen a similar post. And then she put, Becky did a post, it's not that place. Airborne tried it yesterday, spent hours walking around it and never got in. Becky posted a shitty enjoy trampoline park in Southampton. So rightly so, that got my back up. And that's why I messaged her and was like, what's your problem? Like, why are you talking about me? And that's where this whole argument come from, because I had gone to her and asked her what her problem was. She then didn't like it and completely went off on one, decided to come on our first podcast that we done and started writing in the comments, like being an absolute idiot in the comments. And people see it, like people did witness it. She got muted and then that was that. But it was after that podcast that this whole phone call started, where we were called so many things. And yeah, that's pretty much the reason this whole argument started. I needed to make that relevant because we didn't say it at the start and I completely forgot. So yeah. But now I need to remember what we were just talking about.
So I know we were speaking about the cancer thing. I don't know if we moved on from that. But something that come up last night, and I don't know whether, because you've obviously said she was talking about your shitty explores and stuff like that. Something came to light to me yesterday or the day before. I don't know whether it's the right time to speak about that. Beck, what do you think?
I can't think what you're on about because
The
so much.
the stuff that happened before I even had ever spoken to her.
You yeah, say it now.
Yeah, so the first, and Tokyo's admitted this as well, she's never denied this, the first conversation or contact that me and Tokyo ever had was when I wished her well on one of her posts. I think it was the one about her brain abscess or tumour. It's been called different things to different people and on different posts. I commented on that and I said, this sounds absolutely awful. You know, like, I really hope you get better soon. And managed to get back out. That was the first time I'd ever had contact with Tokyo, and I think she liked the comment or said thank you, and that was it. When I first got with Matt, It's now been, I want this to go up. I want this to be shown. It's now been shown that she did not have a clue who I was at this point. She screenshotted a picture of me off of Matt's story, sent it to a group chat, and said, "I feel like causing drama, lol." So this is the victim and the girl that is so against bullying and that has been brought down by bullying. Okay, so she felt, and this is her words, and this is being proved here right now. She felt like starting drama. So she screenshotted my face into a group chat, found me on Facebook, strange, and commented on the shape of my nose and said that it's because I am a coke addict and my nose has all collapsed on itself. Now, that's bullying. A person you don't know, have never spoken to in your whole entire life, going to the extent of screenshotting my face into a group chat and commenting on my appearance when we've never had any contact, let alone any drama or arguments. That's horrible, girl. And it's not a good look for somebody that's now claiming to be bullied.
Yeah.
And can I just state, on both of my children's life, never, ever have I done cocaine or any other drugs. I mean, I've had a spliff when I was in my teens, but never, ever have I sniffed anything or taken anything else. So that was another one of her made up crazy ideas. But I just wanted to put that there because she plays the victim so well, and you all really need to see this and just be made aware that at this point we had no idea who each other were, and she was still ripping it out of my appearance into a group chat, and because she felt like causing drama.
Yeah. And as you'll see further in this podcast, she's also transphobic. I have proof that she has sat there and openly spoke nasty of trans people, which, like I just said, I have proof of this, which will go in when we kind of get to this part. But yeah, so the girl that is a victim of bullying is not so innocent herself.
So yeah, I think the next thing to speak about, I'm just looking because we did make a list about it because there's so much that could be forgotten, is the endo stuff. So like me and Becky just touched upon, we both believe she does have some sort of endo or is being tested for. I don't have any, evidence of that, but I do believe she does have some sort of issues going on there. But she hasn't told the whole truth about that. So I'd like to show two screenshots of it that were posted in very close proximity of each other. Well, one claims she had stage. Becky, you're gonna have to help me.
I'm just trying to look for it. I can't find where we posted them. So basically, I've had so many messages. I can't see what I'm looking for right now. Oh, I've got it. So bear with. In 2023, Tokyo had stated that she had stage 3 endometriosis. Okay, and that was 2023. I mean, this screenshot will go up, and you can have a read through it and then kind of see what we're on about here. But if she had stage 3 endometriosis in 2023, why was she being tested again the end of last year, December last year, the 31st of December last year, to see what stage her endometriosis was at? Like, it doesn't add up. If she already had stage 3 in March 2023, why was she being tested at the end of last year to find out what stage endo she had?
Yeah. And I also had it on the note of that screenshot, which is going to be shown. You can see she's got very black, dark hair. So she posted that on the 20th of March 2023. So she was friends with a girl at this point who's come forward to me and said that in March 2023, days within posting that, she didn't have black hair. She said that's not a a recent photo, and when this person saw the post go up, and was out exploring with her at the time the post went up, and she was claiming to be in hospital. Questioned Tokyo as to why is that just gone up. She said, "I schedule them because I don't like people knowing where I am."
Yeah. So
And that's one of the screenshots I've got as well, you know, which I want to be put up next to each other. In this post that you can see with the black dark hair, she says that she's been in hospital really unwell because one of her cysts ruptured and has caused sepsis. Then in the screenshot next door to it, she says, as I said, this is about her chemo thing. I was actually in hospital at the time, March 2023, as my appendix burst and I had sepsis from it. So you put them two together and you tell me she has not slipped up. So what was it, Tokyo? Did you have sepsis from a ruptured cyst or did you have sepsis from a ruptured appendix? Because the fact is you had neither. You messed up yourself there, and that is what people need to see.
yeah, I think if you're going to lie, you need to be a fucking good liar, and you need to remember exactly what you've said, because you have literally baited yourself out in your own posts.
Yep.
I'm just quickly reading through again. Oh god. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else regarding the endo?
I mean, I don't think there is, to our knowledge, but this is the thing. We've had so many of her friends come forward to us and say she's messed herself. You've only got to have a look back through her page. And it wouldn't surprise me if after this podcast, majority of her posts regarding her illness disappear, because she'll recognise, she'll think, shit, I have messed up. You know, she also claimed to have this brain tumour abscess, and there was a 10% chance of surgery, but surgery was very risky. So if it kept growing, there was nothing else they can do. Obviously, this was causing her to have really long and distressing seizures. Nothing was said about that. Nothing was concluded from that.
Yeah.
She also put in that post, and I quote, "Normally the money from my subscribers go to travelling and going to explore places, but now I have no other option but to go private." To me, that insinuates that you need money to go private, and you were going to be having to change your income from subscribers to not now go on travelling, but to go on your private medical treatment. Well, I don't think you did have private medical treatment, did you?
No, it doesn't appear that way. I just find everything so odd with this girl. And if we go back to that message that Shannon read out, it sounds very, very similar to what this lady went through herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's going to be people that are listening that have come from Tokyo, that are her, like, that follow her, and will probably sit here and still go, but that's not proof. Like, I get that, but I genuinely feel that one day it's all going to come out and people will see that she's been lying about a lot of stuff. And then, yeah, I hope then that people sit there and think, actually, we were a bit harsh on Becky and Shannon. And I just want to say now, because it's going to happen, that Tokyo, it will come out that Tokyo never had any of these things. She probably does have endo. But like the brain tumour or the brain abscess or whatever it was, like the sepsis, all this stuff, the cancer, it will come out that that's untrue. Okay? And I don't want one single apology from anyone that thought that we were being bullies. Because I know I've lost a few followers. Not a lot, but I have lost a few. And if you were so quick to unfollow me and to block me just by hearsay, not coming over to me and saying, what's this all about, and let me have my say, then I don't want you as a follower. So when all this comes out, what this girl's done, and that she's a compulsive liar, don't come back to me and apologise, because I don't want to hear it. If you were so quick to unfollow me for that, then you're not no real follower of mine. The real people that know who I am and know that I am not a bully are the people that matter to me. On that note, what is the next conversation?
So another thing we wanted to discuss and bring to your attention is Tokyo, Dom, and another explorer who was a close friend of theirs witnessed a quite serious car crash. I don't want to put a time frame on it. I think it was within the last 16 months or so, maybe a year ago. They weren't involved in the car crash, but they were first on scene. This lady that was involved in the car crash had quite severe injuries. So Dom, Tokyo, and the other explorer that was with him at the time all had to go to a police station and give evidence as to kind of what they witnessed and what they saw. They all did that. No, that was all fine. Upon coming out of the police station, Tokyo took it upon herself to tell Dom and the other explorer that was there with them that although the police officer shouldn't have done so, the police officer had confirmed to Tokyo that this woman had died. It's now come out that all three explorers, Tom and Tokyo, Tokyo, Dom, and this other male explorer that was with them, have now all been called for evidence in the next few months. Or I think it's at the end of the year, is it back? Or somewhere, because the lady didn't die. Tokyo didn't get told that she died. She decided to take that upon herself and just tell another lie. And they've been called to give evidence for dangerous driving causing serious injury.
Yeah, and it is the 31st of this month that they've got to go to court for that.
Yeah, so I mean, some of you might have seen that she shared some very personal bits of paperwork confirming that there was a court case. No one thinks there isn't. We know there's a court case because we know from the other explorer that is involved in this. But what we're trying to bring to your attention is Tokyo took it upon herself to lie and tell Dom and the other male explorer that the police officer had told her that she died when actually she hadn't. So again, another morbid lie. It seems to be a bit of a pattern with her, continuous lying.
It is, and it's not the first time she's lied about someone dying, is it, really? Because when we was having an argument with Tokyo, she sat there and said on the phone to us, I shouldn't be here doing this right now because my mum is, she's got hours left or something, I think she said, to live because she's dying. And me and Shannon just were like, what the fuck? It turns out that that's not the case. Her mum is fine. Her mum's not dead. Her mum recently bought her a washing machine, which she stated on a live very recently. And it's just disgusting to lie about something like that. It's weird.
Yeah, she did. I can't remember her exact words, but it was something. I think when we started, this was when we were on a phone call with Tokyo, so myself, Tokyo, and Becky in January, started bringing stuff up that she couldn't defend. Like we are in this podcast, you can't defend that you've told one person you had sepsis from an appendix bursting, then the other person you've had sepsis from a cyst bursting, and probably told other people other stuff that we don't know about. When we started bringing stuff up to her that she couldn't defend and she had no way of getting out of, she started crying and said that her mum was dying and she didn't need this right now. Her mum was hours away from death or something along them lines, when very recently she stated that her mum's bought her a brand new washing machine and I would assume, if she's bought her a brand new washing machine, that her mum is well and alive.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very much the case. Yeah, weird lie. Very weird lie.
Maybe her mum is ill, because I've just literally come into my head then that I can just see her posting something after this going, see, my mum is unwell.
Yeah.
she's got a diagnosis. Maybe she is, but you told us that your mum was hours away from death. So actually, let me take that back. Your mum may be not well. I don't know. I literally have no idea. What I do know is you did tell us that she was hours away from death, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah, and it's not something I would lie about personally, but yeah. I think that's all we've got to discuss on that matter, isn't it?
Yeah, that's another one ticked off.
Okay. Okay, right, let's carry on. Shannon had to take a phone call. Okay, so we finished with the endo
but I'm
stuff.
back.
Yeah, Shannon's back. Okay, so the next thing we wanted to talk about was the fact that people are getting dragged into this argument.
Yeah. In a really awful way. I'm so shocked, to be honest.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, we've had someone come to us. They don't want their name to be mentioned, which is absolutely fine. We've got we've got messages from this person that they've sent over regarding Tokyo. They have given us permission to use them. So yeah, they will be inserted throughout.
Yeah.
But this person has been so affected by all of this. So he was used basically as bait. That's the only way I can say. He was used as bait to come over, to message, to try and get information, to hurl abuse at us. And then I got blocked by him. However, he did unblock me the next day, and he couldn't apologise more. And I accepted his apology because I could see what was happening, and so could Shannon.
Yeah.
We both accepted his apology. We're now actually talking to him, and he's the most loveliest person.
Yeah, and he he already suffers with mental health, and she will know this as her friend, which is what he has been to her. He's in a group chat. I think he said there's about 6 of them.
Yeah.
And his own words is, she just won't stop talking about you. Everybody's told her to leave it, but every single day she sends message after message and screenshot after screenshot about you and Becky, and it's been the same since January, and she just won't stop. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, and it's affected his mental health massively. And I just want to state as well, this boy does have like disabilities, and I feel like she's just preying on a vulnerable person. I do think that that's the case here. Like, he's just been used as bait, and that's it, to get information and to hurl abuse.
Yeah, I mean, he was specifically asked to come over back in January, wasn't he, and try and be friendly to us and get proof of something, or try and get screenshots for her to use. And I think that he didn't feel overly comfortable about that, did he? Poor person. Honestly, my heart goes out to him. But I think now, over the last couple of days, well, I know because we've seen it. He has now said to Toki, I think he's left the group chat. She's asked him why, and he's been really honest, and I've seen the message, and he's just said, it's really affecting me. I don't want to be involved anymore. I don't want to be on anyone's side. I just want to go and do what I like to do, listen to my music and be in my happy place. It's really affecting me, and I don't want to do it anymore. She's now removed him as a friend and completely kicked him to the curb.
Same with Dom as well.
Because he has said, he's not said he doesn't believe her. He's not said anything about, me or her, or he's not trying to be on anyone's side here. He's just said, look, I don't want to be involved anymore. And she was pressurizing him yesterday to call her. He openly said, I don't want to speak about it, okay, please. And she was saying, just 1 minute phone call. The pressure she was putting on this poor boy. And he was openly saying, I can't take it anymore. And now he has said, I don't want to be involved anymore, Tokyo. I just don't want to be involved in it anymore. She has unfriended him and made him feel like absolute shit.
Yeah, and
If that sits right with you, then you're not the kind of person that I want to fuck with. Because don't think for a second that this hasn't all affected him and will continue to. Somebody who's already can be quite mentally unwell at times through no fault of his own. He's got other responsibilities and people to look after. She's going to know who we're speaking about. you know, but obviously we've okayed it with him. We're just not going to openly say who it is. But, you know, to be told that basically if you're not going to be part of this nasty group chat where they share images and pictures and rip me and Becky apart, he doesn't want to be a part of that anymore. So he's no use to her anymore, and she doesn't want to be anything to do with him.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, right? The saddest thing about this is he chose a group chat with Tokyo and Dom and whoever else was in it as like a safe space for him to come and talk, and all it's done is cause him so much stress to the point that last night he, and this is really really sad actually, he was on a group chat to me and Shannon and he said, I have got which I think we can use. I have got a big pack of Skittles. That's what, magical Skittles he called them, because he knew that there's children around and he didn't want to say what he was on about. But basically he meant he had loads of tablets downstairs and that he was so close to taking an overdose because Tokyo had put so much pressure on him. And that's what this girl is all about. And
Yeah.
that's how she's affecting people, to the point that someone completely innocent in all this, okay, has got to a point that he wants to take his own life because it got too much for him. And I have got a screen recording of all this, what he said, which I will be inserting. Tokyo is going to know who it is, but no one else. I mean, if you've spoken to him, you might know who it is, but he wants to stay anonymous, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to put that pressure on him where, like, I name him, because that's not what he wants. But
Mm-hmm.
I find it fucking disgusting, and I will swear because I feel sorry for him. I find it disgusting what they've done to him, and now because he wants no part in it, they've completely fucked him off, kicked him to the curb, and want nothing more to do with him. And that says a lot about this girl.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas her priority should be as a friend, and he has stuck by her, Beck, hasn't he? He has.
He
He has
has.
defended her. He has tried to do all he can in his power, to the point where it's got too much, and he's now said, "Look, guys, I'm done. Please, I don't want to be involved anymore." You know, he's now sitting there feeling bloody awful for literally putting his mental health first. If that is, if she's a friend to him, you know, she should be like, mate, if this is affecting you badly, please step away from it. I don't want you to be feeling like this over something that's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, and she
By
hasn't.
no means are me and this person friends or anything, you know, and we probably never will be, just because, you know, it's things have been said, you know, but we've both apologised and agreed that he doesn't need to be involved in it. But, you know, as for supporting him through how low he's feeling at the moment due to her continuously for 3 months, almost forcing him to be involved in something he didn't want to be involved in, I will continue to support him because I feel he's at a very vulnerable stage, and it absolutely breaks my heart.
Yeah. And he literally said in the group chat yesterday, he was like, look, I just want to be happy. I just want to listen to my music. I want to go out and explore and enjoy myself. I want everyone to just get on. He said, but with Tokyo, that's not possible.
Yeah.
And that's the saddest thing about it, because like, somebody else has been brought into this and has been affected mentally, but instead of Tokyo saying, oh, do you know what, actually I take into consideration what you're saying, and yeah, it probably has impacted you in a big way, and I apologise, she hasn't done that. She blocked him, well, before pestering him, saying, please, can we just have a phone call, even if it's just 1 minute, please, can we have a phone call. She then blocked him and doesn't want nothing else to do with him. But this is a girl that sat there on Facebook a few days ago and said, like, I understand about mental health, like, affecting people, blah, blah, blah. I will put some links in my comments. She don't care about anyone's mental health. She only cares about herself, and only when it's relevant to her. Because if she cared that much, she wouldn't have dragged an innocent person into this and got him involved. And even knowing that because he said to her, I've seen it in a message, he said to her, this is all just making me want to kill myself. And she did not give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think there's a lot of things here that everyone needs to look at and realise that the girl is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if after everything that's been shown today, you still want to continue to support her, then that's probably the best option for you, because I certainly wouldn't want anything to do with you.
Yeah, and same because if you're supporting somebody like that, okay, that's only in it for themselves, then yeah, good luck.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, okay, so that was really it about like anyone. Has she dragged anyone else into it? Because I can't think off the top of my head. Like we have had people come forward and message us, but
I mean, she has, and Dom's threatened, hasn't he, that, can't wait for your podcast on Sunday because just you wait and see who comes in. This is towards the end of the podcast now, so whoever's probably come in, you've probably seen, we're muting. You didn't give us a chance to speak on your post, so this is our time to speak. We offered you on here, you didn't want to. So anyone that's come in here and trying to defend Tokyo, or you know anyone here that's to ask valid questions about the situation, can absolutely be answered. But as for her, Dom, and her very small group of who's what
oh, oh, she's gone again. I don't know if she's still there, but yeah, she's not making herself look too good at the moment, is she? To be honest, Tokyo, and we won't allow her now to have her say, because she's had her say and she's posted it publicly everywhere and made us look bad. So yeah, we give her the chance to come on the pod. She didn't want to, clearly, because she hasn't responded to us. So yeah, I mean, she's had her say, we're having our say, and after this, because last time we said that we would never speak about it again, but we felt we had to, because let's be honest, we've been accused of being bullies, and we're far from it. We are far from it. And like I said, I've had a lot of people come and message me and support me, like the people that matter, okay, the people that genuinely matter, my followers and my friends have come and messaged me to make sure that I'm okay, and they're the people that matter to me. So yeah, just waiting for Shannon to come back. Bear with. Okay, Shannon is back now.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Okay, so we are towards the end anyway, and we just wanted to just discuss about how Tokyo is sat on Facebook saying if anyone's mental health is affected, then she will link where they can turn to talk to people. And I think that it's just embarrassing on her part that she's even sitting there talking about things like that when she's openly affecting other people's mental health in the way that she has. Like this hate campaign that she set up on her Facebook, where she's openly telling people, yeah, go over and comment, yeah, go over and message, yeah, go over and report them, like mass report them. That's not someone that takes into consideration other people's mental health.
No, it's not. And we'll insert a screenshot here of her boyfriend, her lovely boyfriend, comment absolutely spamming my page the other day, which has actually done me the world of good, because I've had a message to say from Facebook to say my interaction's been a lot better than it has been. So I do appreciate it. Just spamming my comments with "I'm gonna sneeze." Hold on. Oh, bless me. Oh, spamming my comments with one sentence and one sentence only. And may I just add, also blocking me from replying, so turning off the replies to this comment, so I couldn't even reply back to him. With only urbex, but only talks about Tokyo Matilda. Actually, Dom, who talked about who first? You brought up my name. You both brought up my name on Wednesday when nothing had happened. So yes, I will absolutely defend myself in every way possible. And I'm really glad I have, because so much has come out the woodworks. The conversation that she had about my appearance before she even knew me, how she's affected and bullied other people. Yeah, so that's not kind, is it? nothing either of them have done is particularly kind. She also mentioned in her post on Wednesday, the original one, where she said she'd had enough of being bullied, that nobody's sticking up for her. And I'll tell you why that is. It's because she's done this to the majority of the urbex community. She isn't very well liked, and you've got to ask yourself a reason why there is only a very small handful of followers who are going to come over and defend her.
Yeah. And if you look at her content before her post on Wednesday, where she stated that we were bullies, it wasn't doing too great. But now she's got what she wanted. She got the attention. She's got the clout from us. So yeah, and you've come out of it looking like an idiot. And I said on Wednesday, you've opened up a can of worms for yourself here, and I stick to what I said because look, we've had an influx of messages from people telling us certain things about you, and they will be posted. There will be some screenshots and stuff posted at the end of this podcast as well, just for people to look through. But we're going to add the ones where relevant throughout the pod. So yeah, make sure you stick around after because the screenshots will be there. But she has opened up a can of worms for herself. And do I feel sorry for her? No, I don't, because she brought it on herself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the weird thing and scary thing about this really is that she decided to start this back up nearly 3 months later on Wednesday when nothing relevant had happened. She hadn't been sent a message for months from either of us, and this is where it's got you. You are a horrible person, Tokyo. You are absolutely vile. And I fear even your own team are dropping against you now. Well, that's been evident, you know. So yeah, if I was you, I would take a bit of a different route than you're trying to take at the moment because it's not working for you.
It's not. And the thing is, as well, we know that we have more people that are due to send us stuff, but we're not going to have it in time for this pod. And I don't feel like it's relevant to even post about Tokyo anymore after this. So anything that we do get, we'll just sit on. And if anything like this happens again, I'm just going to post everything. I'm not even going to do a podcast on it. I will post everything on social media. I will allow people to see the kind of girl that you are. So yeah, I don't want to talk about this girl anymore after this. I don't, because I'm sick of it. In January, I said everything was dead and buried. I was done with it. I didn't want to talk about this girl anymore. But we've had to come and talk today on Tokyo because she's made us out to be bullies, and the people that are coming over and messaging are absolutely disgusting. Like, the messages that I've had are awful. So that's the only reason that we felt that this was relevant.
And
So
when I
yeah,
do see Tokyo, obviously it's very different for me and Becky. I can't speak for Becky, but I do openly say to I've said that I will see her, and it is my aim to see her soon. Not go to her house because that's just gonna give her what she wants, isn't it?
yeah.
But I will be recording that whole altercation because I can absolutely put my life on it. Neither her or her big boyfriend Dom will have half of what they've got to say to my face that they've said online. But I really can't wait for that day. I can't, and it's something I'm really looking forward to. Because can I just say as well, and I do want to kind of end on this, and she's admitted this, and she said that Dom said it because he was angry. You both threatened my children's life and Becky's. And anyone that's listening to this as a parent will know there's no going back from that. Absolutely no going back from that. Now, I could say some really nasty things about that and why she keeps targeting my children. But I'm not going to, because I'm not going to give her the satisfaction of, oh, she's bullying me again. But you have literally threatened my kids' lives. So do not think that that is going to be forgotten about. Even if you message me 100 times over saying you're sorry, which I know wouldn't happen anyway, sorry is not going to cut it when you've literally threatened to burn my children alive.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem. And I think that's what actually got our backs up the most, isn't it? The fact that she sat there and was like, Dom sat there and was like, I'm going to come and literally burn your houses down with your kids in it.
Yeah. So, I'm sure, like I said, any parent will know that that will be dealt with in my own way. Them kids have got a dad as well. Don't forget. and he's very aware of what's been said as well. So Dom, I would tread carefully, tread
Well,
very carefully.
let me just say something, okay? I'm not one for going to someone's house. I do have Tokyo's address, and I've had it for a while, and I haven't gone because that's not how I roll. But I'm a big believer, because it's happened before, that I'm going to bump into these at some point, okay? And I don't think that they're gonna have the same energy face to face. I really don't. And as Shannon just said, everything that happens, like if we bump into them, it's being recorded. It is being recorded. Now, Ricky doesn't like getting involved in drama. He doesn't even post social media. He don't. But let me tell you now, he may be quiet, okay, but if we see you when we're out, it's going to be completely different. You have threatened his children. You have threatened my children. And it's not been taken lightly. And this isn't me being a bully. It's not. This is me saying, don't come on social media and do what you've done. Don't make phone calls threatening to burn our houses down with our kids inside, because that will have consequences, and you push your fucking luck. So
Yeah,
that's
100%. And if like you've just said about if that makes me a bully, if that makes me a bully, then so be it. Call me a bully, because I absolutely will gun for her now. I have called her names. I have said stuff to her, but she threatened my children, and I'll stand by that. Anyone crosses that line, as 99% of parents will be the same. You have literally crossed that line. It's not now just a social media feud between two explorers. You've literally threatened to burn my kid's house down. So that is going to be dealt with. And I promise that is a promise. And if that makes me a bully, then call me a bully.
yeah, yeah. There was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember what. It's completely gone from my head. Oh, the fact that Tokyo isn't very liked, and I have been assured, and so has Shannon, that if anybody sees Tokyo when they are out, we will be the first to get a phone call to tell us where she is. And if I get that phone call or that message to say Tokyo is here, you best believe I'm going. And
Yeah,
it's not because violence isn't the answer, okay? It's not. And on my part, I am only going for a chat, um, to get it to speak to her face to face, because I feel that's what this needs.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, we have got people out there that are gonna keep an eye out for you. And this isn't me threatening in any way. It's me wanting to speak to you face to face, because I know we're never going to have the opportunity. If I come to your house, or if you come to my house, it's not going to happen. So yeah, I just hope that one day we do bump into you and we can have this conversation, and it will be recorded so that everyone can see. So just bear that in mind, that you will bump into people that you don't like. Let's be honest as well here. You have slagged off other explorers in the process who aren't happy with you.
hmm
So yeah,
True, and I hope they know who they're on about. I mean, Dom named one of them outright the other day and accused him of breaking into places. So I expect that he'll need to have a word as
yeah, there's going to be a lot of people now from all this that are going to want to have a conversation with Tokyo. And I just want to state again, I have not once threatened violence, and that isn't how I deal with things. Okay, I want to just have a chat with Tokyo face to face, get all this cleared up, and put it to bed. So yeah, I am finishing on that really. And again, I just do want to state that if me defending myself and defending my family makes me a bully, then I'm a fucking bully, aren't I, really? If that's what defending myself means, because I'm not going to sit here and be fucking quiet, let me tell you that.
well.
So if you will want to brand me a bully, then crack on.
Yeah, absolutely. Are we done?
I think we are done, yeah. And again, I do just want to state, after this, I am not talking about Tokyo anymore. I'm not. If she wants to go online and start posting anything, I am going to have screenshots sent to me after this, okay? So if she does want to start again in the future, I'm going to have a backlog of stuff that I can post up.
Yeah, 100%. So the ball's in your court. We'll see you face to face at some point, and hopefully this will be resolved with a big fat apology and maybe a couple of other things as well. So yeah, hopefully we see you soon. And just remember, like, the one thing I want to end this on is you brought this on yourself. Nothing needed to be spoken about after January. It was done, and we generally meant that.
Yeah, and on our part, nothing was ever discussed again. That was it. It was dead and buried to me, but it was brought up again for whatever reason. So yeah, I literally have nothing more to say on the matter. And I do appreciate everyone that's come to us and sent us stuff, and like the amount of support that we've had off people. It just goes to show that, there are a lot of people that have had the same kind of issues with Tokyo themselves, and that speaks volumes.
It does, yeah. So we'll speak to you all next week about a subject that's much more prettier and positive.
Yeah, yeah. Let's make next week's one more positive. I hope that being on a Sunday at 8 p.m. this is a lot better for a lot of people, because I know that during the week so many people are busy. So yeah, I hope that this new time and day works better for you. But we both appreciate you all coming over and listening, and interacting with us. It's nice to talk to people in the chat. So yeah, we do appreciate you and thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
We will speak to you next week.
bye.
Bye.